Hi, I'm Justin Thames, Director of Governmental Affairs for the Florida Institute of CPAs, and welcome to Impact Report, your update on all things impacting the CPA profession here in Tallahassee. We are 68 days away from the start of the 2020 legislative session, and we're in the middle of week 4 of interim committee weeks. Lawmakers are here in town hearing various presentations and considering several bills that have been early filed. We are monitoring a handful of those. Right now there's only about 1,000 bills that have been filed. We should see that number grow rapidly over the next couple committee weeks. Really only 2 more committee weeks left before the end of the year. 2 bills that I wanted to bring your attention to first. One is the deregulation bill. All last year we talked a little bit about this bill. The governor made a really big push for some deregulation for some of the occupations and professions. We saw this bill come back again with another renewed push by the governor. In the Senate side, which is where we ended up last year, minimal impact of the profession as of right now really pertains only to those individuals that are coming in under licensure by endorsement. It reduces the CPE requirements for those individuals. We anticipate that's about where it's going to stay, but we're going to monitor the bill to make sure there's not a negative impact to the profession any more than it already is. Second bill is another bill that we saw last year by Senator Joe Gruters that implements the Wayfair decision by the Supreme Court for the remote collection of sales tax. That bill is going to, again, create an online marketplace to help with that collection, one of 2 states that don't collect. So we think there's a better chance for passage this year. You have Representative Clemens on the House side who's going to carry the bill as well. So we will keep you posted on the progress of that bill. It seems to be there's a little bit more acceptance of the concept, so we'll see how that goes. Now, related to the CPA profession, I just wanted to kind of give you a quick update. The Legislative Policy Committee for the FICPA has finalized the 2020 legislative policies, which is really going to be the driver of our legislative agenda this year. In particular, I want to make you aware of 2 main provisions that we're going to be pushing forward. One is CPE reciprocity, is kind of what it's nationally known as, which means that, for instance, if you have a Florida license but you live in another state, for instance, so you have a Georgia license and a Florida license, you live in Georgia, your requirements for CPE in Georgia would count towards your requirements in Florida, with the exception of still having to take the Florida-specific ethics to cover the laws and rules of Florida. So that's one piece. The other piece, I think a lot of people are going to be excited about, because we've heard about it for a couple of years from our members, is the ability to put your license on retired status, meaning you wouldn't pay a fee, there would be no CPE requirements. Now, what that does also mean is that you wouldn't be able to provide any services related to tests or anything where you would put CPA behind your name, with the exception of some very limited scope volunteer services, especially some of those that you wouldn't be compensated for. So you'll look for that particular language in the next couple of coming weeks. We plan to push some more information out about that. Overall, I think it's going to be received well from the legislature, so we'll keep you updated there. Now, we have outside of the legislative agenda, we've got some other things I wanted to make you aware of. One, we've got some shout outs that we want to make. One is to Byron Shin from Sarasota, CPA, who has been appointed to the state's cybersecurity task force by President Bill Galvano. Congratulations, Byron. We're very happy to have you represent the profession on this task force. And 2, former state representative David Richardson is now running for the Miami Beach City Council. He actually, his election was this past week, and it was so close they're going to go to a runoff, so we wish him the best and thank him for all his service at the state level. Some events that we have coming up. We have the Emerging Leaders Program, big summit that's going to be here in Tallahassee, where we take a lot of the emerging leaders to the Capitol and meet with their lawmakers. That's going to be in December. The registration information and more details are below. Cutoff for registration November 17th. And then I wanted to make you aware of a unique opportunity to support one of our accounting students in Florida. We have a student from UCF that has been entered into a national competition for videos with the AICPA stating why she wants to be a CPA. You can find the link to that video below. Take a look at it and vote for her. Let's support some of our Florida students in a national competition. With that, we appreciate all your support and thanks for tuning in. You can always send us an email at govaffairs@FICPA if you have any questions, and we look forward to seeing you next time.